So tell me what's going on your foot and how long you've had that there for.
Well, I've had this corn, I would say, for over 30 years.
Wow.
But in the summertime, because I wear sandals,
Yeah.
it's not as prominent as it would be in the winter when I wear closed shoes because they rub.
Of course, and you've tried things to put on top,
Yes,
I'm assuming.
I have.
Okay. And do you find any shoes better, any materials better than others during
No.
winter? No, they all give you the same.
They're all the same. I think actually my toe is slightly raised, and because of that it rubs on whichever shoe.
Absolutely. Can I get you to just claw your toes in for me? So you can see as you bend, naturally your toes will move in a shoe as you're walking.
Yes.
And then that raised aspect is where the upper part of the shoe is most likely to rub. So spot on there in terms of figuring out what's going on, which is great. So what I'm going to be doing today is we're going to start off with using an antibacterial just to cleanse the skin.
Yes.
And thereafter, I'm going to be using a scalpel technique to just take away the corn bit by bit.
Perfect.
And then we'll get the center out as well, which is the bit that's embedded underneath. And if there's uncomfortable at any point, you just let me know and I can change it up for you.
Perfect.
Is that okay with
Yes, thank you.
you? Perfect. Let's start. Slightly cold to start off with. Is that okay?
Perfect, yes.
Lovely.
So once you get the center out, does it tend to sort of grow back again?
Well, because of the history and the way that your toe is positioned,
yes.
If you were to wear open sandals, you probably wouldn't have this sort of reoccurring as quickly. But of course, you've got to wear closed-in shoes,
yes.
And it will rub. And if you've used protectors before, the likelihood of that coming back again is relatively high, unfortunately. Unless we find shoes that have a higher, deeper toe box, which is spaced from here to here on the shoe. However, the only shoes that kind of have that tend to be the ones that not everyone wants to wear.
Do you think I need wide fitting shoes?
It's not necessarily the width, it's definitely the height.
Right.
So even if you were to get a width, the height may not be what you need. So this might feel comfortable, and that you can see the bunion pathology here. So of course that's going to be more comfortable for you in this aspect, but the upper still might be lower, and you'll have the same thing again.
Yeah. I think actually in my youth I probably wore shoes that were ill-fitting. I think that's the secret.
Well, you don't give away your trade secrets, huh? How's that feeling? Are you comfortable so
Yes,
far?
very comfortable.
Good. It's coming off really nicely.
What do you do for fashion?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Didn't they say back in the days that fashion was pain?
Yes.
Not that I believe in that statement whatsoever. But you'd be surprised what I see people sort of wearing, and it's so funny because they'll always come in and be like, oh, I don't wear these very often. I bet if I caught them on a regular day, they probably would. There we go. How's that feeling?
That's absolutely fine.
Perfect. So now we're getting rid of all the callus that's sitting on top of the hard skin.
Is that like dead skin?
So callus is the Latin word for dead skin. Some people, it's not just that one, it's actually hyperkeratosis, which is all too rather fancy, isn't it? So we'll stick with dead skin.
I think we will.
Yeah, that's a good one. How's that feeling? I'm just going to go for the inner part and take the bit that's embedded. Bless you. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Good. And what are you going to be doing after this today?
I've got to go and pick up my husband because his car has gone in to be serviced, and it's not going to be ready till tomorrow morning. So somebody dropped him into work, so I'm going to go and pick him up.
You are in full duties today in that case.
Absolutely.
So let's have you swimming after this. Almost. Hold on. How's that feeling?
That's absolutely fine.
You can see the centre part being raised there. You see that bit there?
Yes.
That's the bit that was embedded inside. I don't know if I can show you before it escapes. You see that little part there?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the bit that was in there. just going to clear any other skin that's sitting around the area, because that can also contribute to the pressure too. So it's not just that part, believe it or not, everything else as well. It's funny what something so small can do and how it can feel.
Well, it can be very painful if you're wearing, well, I find the boots tend to irritate it.
Is that all boots?
Not all, no.
Are they flat?
Well, yes, they're flat ones, and I tend to now wear either like a wedge type or indeed one with a small heel, and then that's much better.
Yeah, more support.
Yes,
in the foot.
Possibly.
So you don't have to worry about the toes gripping as much. Perfect, that's looking wonderful now.
That's great.
Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cleanse it. Give me 1 more second. It's slightly cold again. Okay, and I'm just going to compress on top to see how it feels. If there's any sharpness or any discomfort still inside, let me know and I can double check. But it's looking pretty clear at the moment. How does that feel?
That's absolutely fine.
Wonderful. I'm just going to test from that side as well.
Yeah,
Comfy?
no problem. Yes, thank you.